Sister Sekou. It's the distinct honor to share this plaque and award on behalf of the NAACP Mid-Manhattan Branch. And I just want to read what the plaque states really quickly. It says, NAACP Mid-Manhattan Branch 2021 Black History Month honors Sister Iesha Sekou, founder and CEO of Street Corner Resources Foundation, Incorporated, in recognition of your courageous leadership and life-saving work in violence prevention and de-escalation in the village of Harlem.
Wow.
So we will impart this and share this with you. I could put this in your office. And this
beautiful.
Is Mid-Manhattan Branch. And that it doesn't stop there, Roscoe. We also, we understand this work that you do is, you don't do it alone.
That's right.
Exactly.
And so we just, Roscoe, I'll turn it over to Roscoe to share the other second surprise.
Thank you, Leilani. Sister Iesha, we are so proud of the work that you do. And we are also recognizing and honoring your team. As Leilani said, you can't do anything without a team. And so the members of your team include your administrative coordinator, Abdul Kareem Muhammad, your outreach worker supervisor, Joshua Marte, your hospital responder supervisor, Elias Sau, your outreach worker and hospital responders, Brian Ellison and Jamelia Boyd, your violence interrupter, Corey Hightower, administrative assistant, Jean Thimulse, your education and employment specialist, Javar Duffus, your social media community liaison is Tanae Belton, credible clinician, Maurice Lacey, your mobile trauma unit coordinator and grief counselor, George Daniels, and last but certainly not least, your mobile trauma unit driver, Thomas Wright. So we want to say thank you to everyone who has made your team and this organization and your endeavors so successful.
Thank you.
Leilani?
Yes,
thank you.
So we have printed certificates signed by President Jeff Eaton.
Nice.
That your staff will receive, as well as your participants.
Yes.
The young people also will receive a community service certificate on behalf of the NAACP Mid-Manhattan Branch. And I just, before I turn it over to you, want to thank you and your youth for coming out, supporting the Civic Engagement Committee at our two last Slow Walk event rallies. They stood on the corners of Harlem and NYCHA developments, explaining the work that they're doing and trying to de-escalate violence, and passing out voter registration information, passing out and signing up members in community for the census. With your team, we were able to register a little over 30 people to vote, first-time voters, and we were able to sign up for the first time for folks in Manhattanville houses and grant houses. Your team helped signed up a little over 35 folks for the first time for the census. So couldn't have done that without your leadership and your team. So thank you so much. And I'll turn it over to you.
Peace and blessings. It's my time to talk.
Yes, you have the floor.
Look, you have me almost to tears, and that takes a little bit, but I just really want to say, one, all praise be to God, because this work has been a journey. I'll just say that, and a journey that a lot of people did not see and do not know. So I'm just going to say that. Sometimes we don't know what it takes for people to do what they do every day. And I'm not just saying that for me. I'm saying that for my team. And so I want to give thanks and honor to God. I also want to thank my mother, who is on this broadcast right now, Shirley Jones, for all that she gave to me to stay steady in the work. So I want to thank her. My daughter, my brother, they're all on this Zoom right now. Thanks to them, because they tolerate me. They tolerate me not being available because I'm at the hospital. And I also want to say thank you. You got me almost crying in front of everybody. But I want to say thank you to my team. And I also want to say thank you to every single soul that supported and saw the vision, and those who didn't see the vision. Because sometimes it's the ones who don't see it, don't understand it, that helps you to continue to move through the storm. so that people begin to see what needs to be done. So I want to really thank Inez Dickens as well. The NAACP has always been there for me as well. Hazel Dukes, I call her Ma Dukes, always been there. And of course, my community board 10 and my community at large. I mean, if I didn't call somebody's name, it's only because we don't have time. But what I want to say is, because I know that the theme is from darkness into light, and I do want to just say something about that. I was looking at the anthem, and it was talking about how our elders and those who came before us had already watered and were part of the slaughter and all of that. And what we have to know is, in our history is our story in our past and what we are creating right now, and the work and our young people and everything. And so I believe, wholeheartedly, I didn't write a speech. I just made a few little notes to make sure that I recognize folks, but we have to pour into our young people. We cannot let all of the work that was done before Iesha got here. I remember my mother took me to the March on Washington. I was there. I was present, and a whole lot of other things. And I used to say, oh God, why she have us here? Why do we have to protest and all of that? But all of that made me. And we have to do that with our young people, even if we don't understand them. We don't understand where they're going, what they're challenged with. We have to bring them into places where they learn about ranked choice voting. I have, I think, 1 or 2 young people on the Zoom as well. We have to be able to hear their side of things. So in order for us to create history going forward, we have to have our young people available to do that. We cannot lose them on the streets, bleeding out on concrete. We cannot lose them in the hospitals. We must really do everything that we can, whether we're in full agreement about everything or not. We have to do the best that we can with who we have with us. And that's why I thank the NAACP Next Gen for doing the work that you all are doing with young people. But we have to garner our young people. We cannot let our community die. It is greater than just who's running for office. It is greater than who was here before us. It is our future, and we must do everything that we can to save our young people. And so when I say out of the dark into light, Street Corner Resources is doing a number of things. We have young people working even throughout the pandemic, like you said, and we have young people who are going to college. One told me before I sat down for this Zoom that he got his first letter where he was feeling hopeless a little bit about college and the pandemic. He did get his first letter of and was promised tuition. So I'm really excited about that. We have another young girl with 4 letters, another one with 2 letters. So that's promise, but that's only 3 young people. We need to get our whole community, our whole city, young people across the country moving into action and getting them to feel more hopeful. So I'm not going to take up a lot of time. When I think about darkness to light, I want to think about that there is hope. I believe in God, so I believe that things get better. I believe that seeing what we want to come forth is exactly where our focus should be, and that things could get better. We will get through this pandemic. I know that we will, because we as a community are working towards that. But let's keep our young people hopeful, and let's stay on purpose for our community. Peace and blessings. So I'm going to say this is what the challenge is. So I have an ask. One, we are doing alternative to incarceration, whether we want to or not. We're doing that because we're meeting the needs of our young people. So I would love to have the help and support to create that. I'm grateful. I don't remember the judge's name for walking into a courtroom where I was allowed to take that young person, I'll just say in short, back with us. My entire team showed up. And that judge, a Black man, respected that. And he said, I know that she's gonna, and her team are gonna keep you on track. So one of the things that I need help with, and I'm not exactly sure how to carry that whole thing out, but I need funding for an alternative to incarceration. Our young people do not all need to be locked up. Some of them need to be counseled up, loved up, taught up, but not locked up. And so we need to have some alternative. Street Corner Resources wants to be that. So I do get calls from judges, but we don't have a bona fide program with funding. We have all of the other trappings, but no funding. So that's one of the things. The other thing is that we need support around education opportunities. So if there are opportunities within some of the organizations that folk belong to that are on this Zoom. And there are scholarships available, internships, employment opportunities, opportunities for people who have gotten into a successful place. I need you, Frank, to come and talk with our young people and just let them see hope, people who look like them that are successful and making changes in our community. So my ask is that we also need funding. So you can, when you find it in your time to make a donation to Street Corner Resources, you can do that. We have a website, scrnyc1.org. Kareem is making sure I say it right. And then our office is 212-694-8759. And if you're in Harlem, you know, coming down 145th Street, or you just want to make a visit, that's 151 West 145th Street between 7th, Adam Clayton Powell and Malcolm X Boulevard. I better say it right because my Dukes will get me. I don't know. And so, and I guess the thing is just to stay in communication because the needs are always there. You know, during the winter, we needed coats and some folks delivered. Sometimes we just need a family to be supported and feel a part of. I see Chanel. Peace, Chanel. So that's what our ask is. And to just, you know, take a young person, even if it's not with Street Corner Resources, and just kind of check in with them and see how they're doing, because they're our future. And if there's a way that we can help that young person, bring them to us, you know, but let's not leave our young people. So that's my ask. Let's not leave our young people. Help us with donations by donating. And of course, I need some help with creating an alternative to incarceration, not just a regular place where kids come and sign in and leave. We're building character, and we're building young people that can help make change. So a little different. I have the ideas. I need the funding. All right, so that's it. Our social media.